Well, test takers, congratulations, you found me. You found me, or YouTube sent you to me because I am the guy to help make sure you pass the notary exam on the first try. I passed on the first try, and I want you to pass on the first try, okay? If you see my other videos, you know how we do it. Repetition, details, information, brainwashing you to get right through that test on the first try. So today, I put together some really powerful stuff for you. Top tricks, tips, and memory aids to help you pass the notary exam on the first try. I made my list here. I'm going to tell you all the top tricks to pass and tell you what I used out of these top tricks to pass. And towards the end, tell you what helped me the most, okay? So I'm Sean. Let's go. We're not going to take too long. Now, just a heads up, this is not for the people who want to learn how to be a notary, learn the techniques, learn the skills, get new clients. This is focused for you who want to pass the notary exam on the first try, and you who want to memorize and give deep thought to passing it, okay? Now, first thing I want to tell you is what to expect on this exam, all right? The exam is multiple choice questions. The exam is a limited time, specific subject areas, which I go through in my other videos. The most common subject areas are the notary duties, notarial acts, legal requirements. You better know what a jurat is. You better know what an acknowledgement is. You better know those a lot of those definitions. And it's easy because I teach you that in the other videos and you just play it over and over again and it'll sink in, okay? Also, you got to avoid the trick questions that might come up, like which is not the correct answer, which one is wrong, which one is right. They kind of twist it and make it different directions for you. So that's a tip right there to be aware of which notary act is not forbidden. And then your brain tells you which one is forbidden. You see, you pick the one that is forbidden. Pow, they got you, okay? Some of the key topics on the notary exam. Notary bonds and their purpose. I have a whole video on that. Hopefully I'll put that in the links. Acknowledgement and jurats. Like I said, notary duties. Witnessing, when you have to witness things. Witnessing signatures. Administering oaths. You need to know those type of things, all right? You need to know the fees for your state and regulations specifically for your state. Every state is different, right? Let's see, record keeping and journal requirements. Some states require that you keep a journal and you need to know exactly what to put in that journal. And some states don't require you keep a journal at all. You better know what your state requirements are, okay? All right. Another thing I want you to do is what I did. Treat this as this is your job, your part-time job, passing this test. So create a what I would call a schedule. A study schedule, okay? If you work full time and you kind of just wait till, oh, I'll get it done when I get home and I'll do this or that, it's not going to work. You're going to be tired. So specifically pick times that you know this is your second job that, boom, you're going to study. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Cramming all day is kind of tough. But if you're a busy person, if you have time to cram, cram. But if you're busy, do 30 to 45 minute blocks, all right? Let's get it done. You study guides and practices. Ooh, I love practicing. Me, I'm a visual learner, auditory learner, auditory, hearing too. I got to hear stuff over and over and over again. I got to see stuff, hear it, see it, and then the third one is I say it, all right? So that's part of it. I encourage you to take as many practice exams as possible because that, gets you, it gets the jitters out that you're not nervous when you go in and take that exam, right? Some people take exams, they get kind of nervous. So if you practice taking different exams over and over and over again, won't be as nervous because you're like, oh yeah, this is just another day. It's like if you play basketball, you play football, if you play tennis, if you play anything, I don't know what you play, ladies and gentlemen, but whatever you do, if you had to practice it any time of your life, it gets easier the more you practice. All right, some of the tricks and tips. Let's see. Memory aids. Here's one of my memory aids. my favorite memory aid was the old-fashioned flashcards. A lot of you guys are younger than me, so you're like, flashcards? We don't do no flashcards. Man, I'm telling you, those flashcards work. I write what it is on the front, definition on the back, just pop through those. I had a whole stack. Pop through those, pop through those, pop through those. Sometimes I would go for a walk, and I'm just looking at them and saying them as I walk. So my body's moving, I'm saying it, I'm remembering it, and it starts to sink in. You got to go all in like that. Not for too long, but you got to go in all, because this is your money. You're going to make money doing this, so it's worth this effort, all right? Another thing now is Quizlet. Some of you have heard of it, some of you have not. Quizlet, Quizlet, Quizlet. Google that. Google in notary questions. Those are digital flashcards that'll pop up and let you practice a lot. I use those for a lot of my different exams I've had to take. What else? Cheat sheet with definitions. Not during an exam though, of course. One thing I've done, I listed the definitions and I wrote out the definitions. Also did it on the flashcards, also wrote on a piece of paper. It just helps us sink in different ways, all right? Time management. Now remember, on the test, you have a specific amount of time to get it done, right? So don't spend too much. You got to read the whole question, but don't spend too much time. So one technique they say to do is buzz through them, answer the easy ones first, then go back to the hard ones, all right? Because they're all worth the same amount of points. But make sure you don't skip any, in the long run, that they're all done, all right? Make sure every single one is done. Make sure you look over the details. There's a yes and no when it comes to rereading the questions later and checking your work. Some people say no, go by your first mind, just do it. And others say no, reread your stuff. I usually go reread mine. I go over mine later, because what if I fell for something that said everything here is legal except, and then I didn't see the except. Everything's here is illegal except, or which one is not legal? Ooh, that's a trick. All right. Here's a big technique I use. Eliminate the wrong answers. I just did a video earlier today. Hope you guys see it on with a real practice test on 30 questions. And one of the things I saw was you could eliminate the whacked answer, and that will lead you closer and faster to the real answer. All right. Don't rush. Another tip, stay calm, deep breaths, practice, knowing to yourself that you can do it, okay? Have a good mindset, a positivity. You're encouraged to just stay positive and flow. And if you practice, you know you will pass it, right? All right, more tips. From this point on, think of this as your money. Think of this as your job, that once you pass that notary, you're going to have a side hustle that generates money. Once you pass that test, once you pass that test, you're going to have a side hustle that generates cash for you and your family, if you have a family. Or you're going to have a full-time business for yourself. I know a young lady, she does notary work, she does loan signing work, she does all kinds of stuff, and she's easily making six figures. She's making a ton of money still, even though the market has changed, because she's being flexible and creative with her notary work. She's doing weddings, she's doing loan signings, she's doing jail, she's doing pop-up events, or when people call and need her, she's doing mobile notary. She's doing it all, and she's making money. Hand over fist, always smiling, always happy, and sets her own hours too, right? She could hustle all day and then take the next day off if she really needs to. That's the kind of business you want for yourself, right? So my point is repetition, flashcards. Oh, and I told you I would tell you what worked the best for me. The best for me is the repetition. These, I think, walking, talking and saying it, recording myself is what I did. And then I played it back to myself over and over and over. That's what brought us here, to play these for you, because I was making videos for myself and playing them for myself. And that repetition, pow, made me pass the test on the first try. I believe in you. I trust you guys can do it. And I will see you in the next video. Please, if I've been of value, Make a like. Also, leave me a comment. When are you taking your test? And you have any questions for me? Talk to me. See you next time.